Hi guys, this is my review of Power Book 2 Ghost, episode 2. Definitely a great next episode. And we're kind of more established into the show now, so things are, a lot more things are happening now compared to like the first episode where it felt a bit slow at the start, but then things were picking up. You could just go straight into the good stuff going into episode 2 since they've already established like how the show's going to be and how things are going to work. But yeah, at the end of the previous episode, I guess Tasha gets the kingpin status, aka queen pin. So she's basically kind of taking all the blame for everything that Ghost did in the original show. And McLean's trying to prove all that's wrong, and then Saxx is going to do everything he can to make sure that she gets that. So she'd probably get the needle if that happened. I just don't know, man. What do you guys think? Do you think like that? Tariq's definitely gonna get out of the situation, or is Saxx gonna win? I still think Tasha's definitely gonna get out. Some people are saying that she's gonna get out in episode 5 or 6, so things might work out. But I just wonder what kind of person Tariq's gonna be by the time she gets out. Anyway, I don't know if it's gonna be episode 5 or 6. I was thinking that at first, but all these storylines that I'm now seeing after actually watching the show, I just don't know. I just feel like I don't even think she'll get out this whole season, and if she does, it'll be at the very end. But I just don't know what kind of person Tariq's going to be when he gets more into the family business. But I don't think they trust him that much right now since Mary J. Blige characters, Minette, I don't think she trusts him yet. But let me just wait. Well, I'm just going to talk about the stuff that happens with Monette's family in this episode. So basically, even though this is not what happens straight away, but yeah, there's basically a guy called Frank who I recognized actor from Dexter, which, spoiler alert, I'm talking about initial, spoiler alert, they kill him because he's most likely a snitch, and they prove that at the end when the cop who she's dating gets the snitch papers to prove that that he was the snitch. And yeah, this cop that she's dating, we've seen this cop at the in the other episode where she was talking with him. I was thinking is there something going on there? But I guess there was when we see him together. And he wants to have a relationship with Monique, but her husband Lorenzo is her protection, so the streets are not gonna touch her because of Lorenzo, so she doesn't want to lose that, so she doesn't really want to be with the cop in that way, because he's just a police officer really, so he does have access to stuff in the police force, so but still it's not enough to want to be with him, because she'll lose all that protection from the streets as well. But I guess the son finds out that, well, he sees, but I don't know if he already knows. And I'm talking about the son who's, more into the family business, because Zeke is the one who's, I don't think, in the family business, so I don't think he's aware of all the shady stuff that's going on. Because yeah, there's 3 sons. The one in the middle next to Tariq is the one who does all the, family business stuff. Then it's the one on the left who, Tariq's friends with, and then the one on the right, I don't really know much about him. Maybe I don't even know what's going on with him. Maybe we'll see more about him later on. I guess the daughter's. I don't know how much aware the daughter is of what Monique does, what she tells the son to do. Yeah, so I think she knows some things, but does she know a lot of the things that go on in the family business? But I don't know. But I do think she knows quite a bit. Yeah, and Braden, we actually get to see a lot more of him because we haven't really seen much of him, especially in the first episode. And I guess in Power, they was kind of selling drugs together. And when he notices that Tariq might be doing something like that again, he wants to join him. But it's not really something that he's planning to do with him right now. If it does go in that direction, because he does need the money, but one of Ghost's old friends, well, alliances wants to help him out, but he has to not trash his father on his funeral, which it was actually Ghost's funeral, because some people were saying that it was going to be his aunt's funeral. Which, if Estelle died, what would happen to what would happen to his sister? would she go in a care home or something? Like, what would actually happen? Because he wouldn't be able to look after her. If you think about it. So that's why I was thinking, like, it can't be Estelle, it's Ghost, because, what would happen to the sister? He'd be more worried about the sister than, anything else. And that would just cause another problem for him. But yeah. Oh, also we get to see Rashid Tate again, since, Rashid Tate took his, wall, like what, because the ghost was gonna have, that wall, but then, Rashid Tate took it after, Ghost died, because there was one in Ghost more than Rashid, and, he was mad about that, but then, like, after Ghost dies, he kind of takes that. But yeah. It was cool to see him again. I'm not sure if we're gonna see more from Rashid Tate, but I'd really like to. Be his there at the funeral, showing his condolences and, carrying the coffin that ghost is in. And we got to see, like, because McLean, like, he wanted Tariq to trash his father. And that, so, yeah, there's two different views. Like, so, McLean wanted Tariq to trash his father, so that would, gain more points in the case. But then, if he did that, he'd lose the money. But, Gus old alliances, like, wanted, Tariq to actually not say bad things about his father, so, nothing would happen to the money. And they don't really get the money until, Tariq finishes his, course and stuff. But then he found, like, a middle ground, which Tariq, like, yeah, because he's definitely learned a lot from everything that's happened in his life. So yeah, he's definitely a really smart kid, because he kind of balances both of those sides. When he's talking about his father at the funeral. And yeah, he really does say some smart stuff. We also get to see his uncle, which at first I thought that was his father. Like at the end of Power, when he's talking to that guy, I was thinking that was his father, but it's actually his uncle. Which, my bad. Yeah, and he has that quote about, when you're in the streets, you're either dead or you end up in jail. Which I kind of first heard that from Saints Row 1, from Benjamin King, and I guess that's what his father used to say. Yeah, I think he said his father. I can't remember. Yeah. But I just remember him saying that, and his uncle's, proud of Tariq of what the man that he's become, but he's also proud of his son too. But I just don't know if he knows, if he was actually basically still part of the streets, but he just put himself in a positive light to, his community and stuff. But Tariq knows the truth. But everything that Ghost did, like, it kind of taught his sons lessons. So even though he does hate him, like, he did learn a lot from Ghost, and that he could be a better man and do better than his father ever did. And I guess that's what it kind of says also in his eulogy. Wait, I said eulogy. Yeah, if that's right, if that's the right thing to say, when you read out, at a funeral, because the mum was gonna do it, but she was like in cuffs, because the mum makes it to the funeral. Tasha, yeah, she makes it, but she can't really do that when she's like handcuffs and everything. But yeah, also Rashid was gonna do it, but Tariq wanted to do it since it was the right move. And then moving on from the funeral scene, like, what else haven't I covered? I guess Paula's relationship with the teacher. Like, did I even know those together in the first episode? But it's kind of more obvious now. The one who doesn't really like Tariq because he's not really finishing those books. But I guess they actually have a relationship, and she's actually the one who brought him to this place as well, this college university. So that means she still loves him, but there's someone who was advising her that's like kind of a bad idea. That Paula should try, stay away from him. And yeah, that's just some awkward stuff going on there. Because they start kissing and all that. So she's not really listening. But I think that was after anyway. When her friend was saying that. But yeah, I'm just gonna move on to, where did I already talk about Frank? Because yeah, I think I said most of that. That he was like a snitch, because they was all thinking like how he got out. But yeah, because Tariq was the one who suggested it first. And then, Monique just, thinks that anyway. Because, she knows how it is. And then that's when she wanted to find out that she could, toast Tariq. But yeah, I'm just going to move on to more of the case stuff. So yeah, like I said, Tasha's basically getting the kingpin status right now. And I said, like, McLean's trying to do what he can to get her out of that situation, that she doesn't take the whole blame. So she talks to Tasha about, knowing, like, how much she was actually a part of, Ghost's, life, like, when it came to the business stuff and the criminal and the hits and everything. So yeah, to find out, like, because, it was off the record in a way, but, yeah. Because they wanted to know how much a part of the thing that she was, but to tell you the truth, at the end, like, she was a heavy part of it, but for the whole show, that was mostly Ghost. Because when it was getting around the time, like, to the end of the show, like, it feels like she was getting too involved with some of the choices she was making. She kind of felt more like Ghost than Ghost did at that point. Because he was trying to get into the legit life. Because of some of his choices, he didn't make it. Because his son ends up killing him. Leaving us with, Power Book 2. But yeah, McLean's trying to see how much, like, she was actually involved, and she says no to all the questions. And then he goes over to the other people who... Well, we'll go back to the... What's the character called again? But they basically go ask questions about that. And, since McLean's so good, like, he's a pro, like, he definitely has the high ground. Like, yeah, he's a really good lawyer. So Tariq definitely found a good person there. Because maybe they'll soon have their advantage. While Saxx and John Mack, the Fast and Furious actor, yeah, he wants, Saxx to, make Tasha get the full blame and get the needle. But, I don't know what... Does Saxx actually want that? But I think, he doesn't really have a choice. And then he has to find someone who used to work with Jerry, the character who liked Angela, like, old partner, to, nail this case. So I think that's what's going on there. So I guess they're going to be working together, but, he wants to be by the book because he didn't really like how things ended with his partner, like what happened to him. But yeah, if they're going to work together, they have to do things by the book. Saxx and Jerry's old partner. Yeah, and that's what's going on there. So yeah, it was a good second episode. I really enjoyed it. More than the first one as well. Because they already established some stuff, so I was able to get straight into stuff, like... And we also got to see a lot more of the family as well, which was cool. Monique's family. And definitely more of McLean, which, we got to see how good he was with his, lawyer skills. Long. And I don't know if things are going to go a bit wild later on, in prison. So I don't know if Tasha's going to be in danger soon with something that's going on. And then Saxx, like... I just wonder how things are going to end there. How close she'll get to, taking Tasha down. And if she actually gets the full blame, but I don't think that will happen. I think McLean will win in the end. But then Saxx will be screwed then, so, yeah. But yeah, definitely a good second episode. I'm looking forward to the third one. I need to watch the promo to see what could possibly happen next. Maybe soon I could start doing viewer videos. Like other people who I watch. But yeah, for now I'm just going to be reviewing the show. Because I'm also reviewing other stuff as well, so... Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. With